Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 209 of the Motocross Supercross podcast, and we have Nashville. It's complete, round 14 from Nissan Stadium, and it did not disappoint at all. It was some crazy good racing. We are going to break down the 450s with you. I'm Adam, here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Well, dude, I think the best way to start the show is probably with the injury news. We talked in our last podcast when we did the 250 recap. We talked about how Tyler Ettignap and friend of the show, Ronnie Stewart, actually had a really bad crash. And they actually they brought him out in the stretcher, which is not a good sign at all.
Yep, they had to bring the backboards out, and it actually took a really long time to get them out of there. I think they did like 2 commercial breaks on TV. I know in the stadium we were all just sitting there watching. Like they pulled up Cole Seeley and they were just talking to him and trying to kill time. But it definitely took a while to get both of them off. It definitely did not look good. But according to Racer X, there is an update. They have Ronnie's wife, Brooke, wrote on Facebook that pretty much he got knocked unconscious for a while, had some memory loss. They went to the hospital. And turns out there's no broken bones, just some bruising to his body and his lung, and his memory's back and everything. And it looks like he's going to make a full recovery. So he might not even be out that long.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely good. I also have Tyler Ettignap right here. He wrote in his Instagram that he was thank you to everyone for the love and support. I have surgery tomorrow on my sacrum and pelvis. Feel blessed to only sustain these injuries. Unfortunately, this was a racing accident, and my heart goes out to Ronnie Stewart and his family. I hope he makes a full recovery as well. So,
definitely could have been a lot worse for both of them.
Exactly. So I guess it's not too bad. Both of those guys should be able to recover, and we'll be back for, I'm guessing, the outdoor season at this point. I mean, we only have 3 more races, right? 4 more races. So
yeah, well, Ronnie's got that New York City race, that hometown race at MetLife Stadium, which usually brings all those people out, and he's got the little fan packages going on.
Exactly,
so he wants to be back for that race.
Exactly, yeah. In other news, we saw Weston Pike out in the pits, and he's actually riding again on a bike. So
yeah, he did say that he snuck out over to Milestone, took all the graphics off his bike, and was just trying to, see how he felt out there. Said he still doesn't have a bunch of vision in his eye, but yeah, people spotted him and started taking pictures. So you can't hide when you're Weston Pike, that's for sure.
That is absolutely right. I mean,
but it's good he's riding again.
He tried to deny it, but like you said, you can't really say you're not,
Yeah, but it's just good he's riding again, and good that he's getting better. As we know, it's just the most dangerous sport in the world. So, crazy, dude. Ronnie Stewart, if he's like just bruised, that just blows my mind. Like we see these riders fall out of the sky, and it's like they're okay. It's like what?
Well, I mean, I really, really hope that he's good. I don't. Yeah. All our prayers are with him and Tyler Ettignap as well.
Yep, and that happened in the Heat 1, which we're going to get to. But first, let's start this recap off by talking about this qualifying practice. So looking at these qualifying times for practice, Ken Roczen was the fastest, as we saw last week for the Triple Crown in Houston. He won that first moto, crashed in that second moto, kind of did not so great in that third race, but definitely has the speed, and looks like that toe isn't bothering him too much, as he had the fastest lap time, 48.3. Following him was Marvin Musquin. Dean Wilson had the 3rd fastest time. Joey Savacci up there with the 4th fastest time. And then even more surprising, Tyler Bowers, the 5th fastest time in front of Tomac, Baggett, Bogle, Seeley. Webb was 10th fastest. Like, Bowers looked really good in this qualifying.
Well, as we all know, this qualifying times mean nothing.
Yeah,
anymore.
So many times we've seen Cooper Webb get like 10th, 11th place, come back and win the whole race. So
exactly. So it doesn't really matter what you got. I mean, obviously it's a confidence boost. Doesn't really matter. But What does matter is his 450 heat number 1, which was very stacked up.
Dude, this was the craziest heat race I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Yeah,
And like you said, it was definitely stacked, super stacked. It would look like a main event out there.
Exactly, like a mini main event. Did you see the little video they did on Marvin Musquin and Cooper Webb? They did like a little video before him, like asking him about the incident from last week.
Oh, yeah. I did see that.
Yeah, it was a little bit too staged, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they just got to plan it up for the cameras, 100%. But, hey, they're both battling for this championship, so I don't like it whenever they're all like buddy-buddy and stuff.
I mean, exactly, especially coming down to this, closing out this championship, man. We have to do it. But as we mentioned, a very stacked heat race for the first heat, and it was going to be the whole shot machine, Michael Lessie, who will take the whole shot.
Yeah, it was so crazy because he jumped out front. Actually, it looked like Tomac and Webb were going to get that whole shot, and then Alessi just somehow crossed that line first. And we also saw Savacci, Musquin jumped out front. They were all up there. And it was just like, is this a heat race or a main? Because we got Tomac, Webb, Musquin.
Yeah. Joey Savacci, who will jump at the front, blocking Webb out. He just kind of like ran him up. Musquin and Eli Tomac will take advantage of this move and also pass Cooper Webb. But that wasn't the end of Webb's problems because he will get hit by Michael Lessie in midair and will go down.
Yeah, and then he got pretty much got his face ran over by Lessie too right after that move. But that had to hurt getting that handlebar to the back and then just falling down like that. And just the terrible start of the night for Cooper Webb.
Well, Marvin Musquin will get Savacci for the first spot and move to the front, but not for too long because this race was red flagged.
Exactly. Yep. This is the time when Tyler Enticknap and Ronnie Stewart went down in that rhythm section right by us. And it just got really quiet in there. It took forever to get going again. And we already gave you the injury updates on those two.
That's right. So
that means we go to a restart because they did not complete very many laps.
Yeah, they did less than 3 laps that were made by the leader, which at this point was Marvin Musquin, which is very unfortunate for him. But, everybody else is happy, especially Cooper Webb.
Oh, yeah, definitely Cooper Webb after, having his visor ripped off and face ran over by Alessi. So it was just like a restart for him, which, he definitely took big advantage of.
Yeah, because we go back to the gate and nothing really happened. So Cooper Webb, who looked like he was going to go to the LCQ, got lucky on this one. And on the restart, it was going to be Eli Tomac with a close Cooper Webb, Joey Savacci, Justin Bogle, and Justin Barcia.
Exactly. And the crowd loves Tomac so much. Anytime he's out front, anytime he goes by, he gets the whole shot. They just go completely berserk for him. But Cooper Webb actually jumped out front right past him, and then they actually traded positions a little bit, and then Tomac actually ended up out front in front of Cooper Webb. But we also saw Bogle. He straight up passed Musquin for 4th, and Musquin ends up they have their own little battle with Bogle, and he ends up getting Bogle back, and Barcia also catches them. And there was some drama in this race for sure, some big drama.
Yeah, Musquin and Bogle, they had a little battle, and Marvin will take that 4th spot over Bogle. Eli Tomac, though, he will go off the track, and it looks like it was a mechanical. Very unlucky for him. We'll have to go to the LCQ.
Yep, we're all wondering where Tomac is. You look over on the side of the track, he's there just kind of pouting and just walking into the pits.
Yeah, but Cooper Webb and Joey Savacci will go on and continue the battle as Savacci makes the pass for the lead on Webb, and we'll get a little gap right there in the woods where he looked really good, especially on this one.
Savacci does get by Webb, and because Tomac went down, he becomes the new leader in this race.
Musquin, who was sitting in 3rd place behind these two, will go down and find himself in 9th place, battling it out with Michael Lessie.
Yeah, Musquin, it seemed like every single race he went down. He could not
so
keep
much
it
bad
up
luck
at
for
all.
him, especially. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to do that, and if you're chasing this championship, definitely don't want to do that.
Definitely don't want to do that. And we heard Ricky talking about how Savacci is just way better in the whoops, and that's where he was gained all that time on Cooper Webb. He definitely struggled. And one time when Webb was going through the whoops right in front of us, he like came out of the old track lane and he ends up on the, the oncoming traffic and like kind of jumped back on the track there. It was like a really smooth move for having such a big mistake. And that definitely could have been bad facing the other way on the track.
Yeah, well, he went in the other lane too. And I mean, he just kind of jumped back in, which is, like you said, it was a really cool move. But he got lucky that he didn't get run over because he went into oncoming traffic.
Yep. So he definitely got lucky there, and he didn't lose very many he didn't lose any positions at all. He stayed in second place.
It was right there before the finish line. So
exactly.
Yeah, Joey Savacci will get the win on this one, though. Cooper Webb will get second. Justin Bogle will sit in third. Justin Hill in fourth. Justin Barsha in fifth. Kyle Chisholm in sixth. Chris Blows in seventh. Marvin Muskin in eighth. And Michael Lessie in ninth place.
Yeah, it's just crazy. In a race where you have Tomac, Webb, Muskin, Savacci wins. It's pretty cool, though. Pretty cool.
Well, that's what happens here. Moving into 450 heat number 2. We're going to have Blake Baggett, the other whole shot machine in the making, with a great start. But the whole shot was actually going to go to Zach Osborne.
Yeah, he had such a killer jump. He had so many bike lanes on everyone going into that turn. I can't believe he took it so wide.
Yeah. Your boy Cole Seeley right there as well with Ken Roxon.
Yep. Speaking of Cole Seeley, he had his aunt. His aunt was like in the little group singing the national anthem. She's like a famous singer and stuff. So they mentioned it a little bit on the broadcast, but pretty cool.
Yeah. Roxon will move to the front, though. Seeley will follow him. That will move Osborne to third place. Wilson right there in fourth. And with a little mistake, but he managed to stay in fourth. And then Baggett sitting in fifth at this point.
Yep, and that's pretty much how they ran this entire race. The crowd also loves Ken Roxon, so whenever he was out front, they were just going absolutely berserk.
Of course, man. We need him to win a race. He looked really good. He had the fastest lap time. He is on his way to winning the heat again, so just lining it up for a perfect night.
Yep, the Tony Stark of Supercross, Ken Roxon, took the win of this second heat race. Cole Seeley got second. Zach Osborne got third. Dean Wilson got fourth. Blake Baggett got fifth. Josh Grant got sixth. Tyler Bowers got seventh. Ben LeMay got eighth. Alex Ray got that final transfer position, ninth place, going straight to the main.
Good for him. Going into this LCQ, though, there's so much that happened in this LCQ as well.
Yeah, because we got Eli Tomac in the LCQ having that mechanical in the first heat. So having Eli Tomac line up, it was definitely exciting.
It's definitely exciting. And, well, unless you're riding and, you want to get one of those 4 spots. And before we go into this LCQ, I just want to mention that they did a complete engine swap on Tomac's bike.
But that engine swap definitely... I don't know what happened or they did it too fast, but his bike smoked the entire night after this, too.
They did that Chad Reed move in that first Triple Crown whenever he came back and, just whoop ass.
Exactly.
After not racing the second one. But Ryan Brees will take the whole shot on this one, but it will be Austin Politelli who will come out up front. He was followed by Charles Lefrancois, Ryan Brees, and I think Tevin Tapia was up there for a second, and then it was Justin Starling and Eli Tomac right there on the start.
Yeah, Tomac was like all the way back in 7th. You could tell he was just playing it super, super safe. He knew he was just way faster than everybody. He just had to, not crash out of it. And
that's right.
That's exactly what he did. Obviously, he passed everybody, worked his way to the front pretty easily, and, dominated. Made it look really easy, too.
Yeah, he quickly started moving up the front, and he passed a couple of guys, and he set himself up to be in 4th, and then he'll get Ryan Brees, who was sitting in 3rd, and immediately close up on Charles Lefrancois, who was sitting in 2nd, and then at this point, he will get that first spot from Austin Politelli.
Yep, and one thing that is worth noting is that we said his bike was smoking, and it made it very dramatic in the stadium because we're like, is he going to be able to make it? Like, if he doesn't make it to the end of this race, like, he's not going to make it to the main, lose all these points. Yeah. And then to even add to the drama, the countdown clock was at like 2 seconds. He jumps the finish line. It's like, yo, you should probably just, you were so far ahead of everybody, you should have just, waited. Just stop like there, wait for it to hit 0 and then jump it. That would have been like a baller move.
The half a second. Yeah, it was like out of his shock though. Like it was really weird because it wasn't like I don't know. It was like every time he landed, it will go, it will smoke out. So
Yeah, on the
know.
broadcast, they like slowed it down. You could see a lot better, but at the race, it looked like it was coming from his exhaust pipe or something.
Somewhere under there.
Yeah, so it wasn't a problem, though. He was able to finish. Austin Politelli led the first 2 laps. Eli Tomac led the next 6, the last 6, took the win of this race. Politelli got second. Justin Starling worked his way up to third. Ryan Brees was able to get that 4th place over Charles Lefrancois. Adam Entignap got 5th. So those top 4 guys are going to the main. Sorry, Charles Lefrancois and Entignap. Just a bad night for Entignap.
Oh, well, I'm sure he was worried about his brother, and that's why he didn't make it,
Yeah, I'm sure that's the only reason.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Going into this 450 main,
Yes. So
Cooper
much drama.
Webb will be your whole shot winner on this one. He will have a Joey Savacci, a very close Joey Savacci.
And Baggett.
A Blake Baggett as well, Marvin Musking, and even Dean Wilson and Zach Osborne right there.
Yeah, so close. Everyone's coming, and it's amazing how much the positions changed once they come over the whole shot line, and then once they come out of that second turn. It's just like there were so much changes happening in that short amount of time.
Yeah, after a couple of laps, though, Marvin Muskin will make a mistake in the whoops and go down, and this is not what you want to do if you're him, if you're chasing this championship, just another mistake by him and just let him valuable points go to waste.
Yep, he was in second place. He was trying to jump through those whoops, just lost control, got a little off balance, fell all the way back to 20th. So the rest of this main event was him trying to work his way through the pack and get as many points as he can.
Yeah, definitely.
Ken Roczen, though, he started catching up. He didn't have the greatest start like everyone else, but he started catching up, and he started battling Savacci for that second place position.
That's right. That is, though, until they both, Savacci goes down, and Ken Roczen just plows right into him.
Yeah, and then he disappeared over that turn, too. He was gone.
Yeah.
It was just boom. We didn't know where he went. I didn't know if he was getting up, but that incident, that's just more bad luck for Ken Roczen right there. Savacci just falls right in front of him, not even just like no one messing with him or anything. He just fell, just washed his front end out, and just bad luck for Ken Roczen that he got involved in that. Joey Savacci was like holding his arm or his shoulder or something.
He was he had no interest in getting back on the bike. That's for damn sure. And he was holding up his wrist.
Yep. So I tried to look for an update on him. He didn't say much except like he'll be back. So who knows
Vegas?
what the timeline on that is, what his injury is, but he said he'll be back. So maybe we should look forward to him this weekend in Denver.
Or Vegas.
Or Vegas. Or Denver. Or New York. Or MetLife Stadium, whatever you want to call it. But
well, now we have Dean Wilson running in second, Blake Baggett in third, Eli Tomac, after a horrible start, is sitting in fourth place.
That's right. And Seeley, Osborne, Barsha, Hill, they were all up there too inside that top 10.
That's right. Yep.
As we said, Eli Tomac's bike was still smoking this race, and I still had my doubts it was going to, make it to the end.
Yeah. Toma will make the pass on Baggett and also on Dino, and he's sitting in second place with a Cooper Webb not even like a second away.
Yeah, he made a hard charge on Cooper Webb.
Which is what he should be doing all this time.
Yeah.
He will run him high, though, in one of the turns and take the lead from him. Blake Baggett also starts to put a little pressure on Cooper Webb, but Webb will put up a fight, but eventually we'll let him have second spot from him.
Exactly. So Baggett jumps to second, Webb is in third, and then we also saw Justin Hill walking off the track. Don't know if he crashed, don't know if he had a bike issue. He didn't have the bike with him. I tried to find an update on him, didn't see anything. They
were pushing his bike off of the track, so I don't know.
He looked like he was walking fine, so it had to be a bike issue. Sucks for those JGR guys. Sucks for Justin Hill after he was running inside that top 10. And, just no update on him, what happened.
And then
same
also
with
Justin Barsha. Yeah, Justin Barsha, he had a DNF, especially, he was in a good position. He was like fifth or sixth, and then he was just gone. He was just like, don't want to ride anymore. But the weird part about that is that it doesn't look like it was a mechanical because they rode away.
Yeah, no, he was
So,
definitely
like, he
down
went
on the
and picked up-
track. He was definitely down on the track right there before where they come back on the start line. And he was there for a minute, too. And then I was surprised he actually even got back on his bike because it looked like he had like an arm injury. So he rode his bike over to the mechanics area and then let his mechanic take it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this one. Eli Tomac takes the win, making it his 4th of the season with Blake Baggett in 2nd place. And then Cooper Webb just extended a points lead in 3rd place.
That's right. Dean Wilson got 4th. Zach Osborne got 5th. Marvin Muscan got 6th. Cole Seeley got 7th. Ken Roxon got 8th. Justin Bogle got 9th. Tyler Bowers got 10th. Chris Bloss got 11th. One of my fantasy picks. That was a great pick there. Ben LeMay got 12th.
I didn't make any picks at all this week, and I'm very disappointed.
How could you do that, man?
I totally forgot.
Yeah, it's definitely busy. Busy day. So if you don't get him
you
in,
didn't remind me. You didn't remind me either. You were like, you just like went to your corner and did yours, and you're like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, well, I did mine super early because I was scared I wouldn't get him in. So I like before practice was even over, I had my picks done. But Ben LeMay got 12th. Kyle Chisholm got 13th. Mike Alessi got 14th. Justin Starling got 15th. Austin Politelli got 16th. Alex Ray got 17th. Ryan Brees got 18th. Justin Barsha got 19th. Justin Hill 20th. Josh Grant 21st. And Joey Savacci 22nd place.
Josh Grant, man, I didn't even know he was racing.
Yeah, Josh Grant was there. I saw him in the pits. He was there. I didn't see him on the track, but I definitely saw him in the pits. But I guess he was there.
This is what the points look like. We have a Cooper Webb with 309 points. And, dude, we have 3 races. You know, we're going into Denver, which is Eli's hometown.
Yep.
Hopefully he can, capitalize something there.
Yeah,
but
he's still he's 21 points up over Eli, and we saw what happened in the 250s where Faulkner was 26 up over Sexton, and how that changed in 1 week. So
you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Denver's going to be an important race for Eli.
Well, I think for here on out, all of the races are critical if he wants to get back in it. I don't think the championship's done. It's 21 points.
Yep.
It's less than a race. Marvin Muskin also right there with 288 points.
Yep, so they're both tied for 2nd place and within striking distance.
Yeah, and then Ken Roxon, 267 points, 4th place. And, I mean, Roxon, I would say he's out of it. But these other 2 guys, I mean, maybe leave all that Talladega Nights action for somewhere else and trying to, gang up on Cooper Webb and trying to get some points on him.
Yep. Well, during our preview show for Denver, we're going to talk a lot about what could happen and this little Talladega Nights showdown between France and the USA. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But is there anything else we should add to this 450 recap of Nashville?
No, man. I think we did an excellent job. I want to thank everybody for listening. Make sure you guys are checking us out at MXSX Podcast. And stay tuned because there's some stuff happening for Denver, and we'll let you guys know in the next episode.
That's right. See you guys next time. Peace.